Hello, everyone. My name is Daniela Ocio. I am the CEO and co-founder of Kloopify. We're empowering enterprise organizations to become engines of resilience, profitability, and sustainability. But let me tell you a story. I'm building the solution that I wish I had when I worked at DuPont. Right? I managed $600 million of spend, and they gave us some really Herculean tasks to manage our complex supply chain. And yet those existing systems really did not meet the task at hand. Until the pandemic, we didn't even know what a supply chain was, or at least the general public didn't know. And organizations weren't spending to digitize their supply chain, to gain the visibility into their supply chain. It's costly, and compliance really affects your supply base. You get no real actionable insights, and you're dealt with managing your supply chain via Excel spreadsheets and ad hoc systems. And that's why 62% of organizations aren't even engaging their suppliers, the thing that feeds their companies, where they're going to drive the most amount of value, and yet they have little to no visibility to the environmental impact, to their performance, to what's driving cost. And so that's why we've developed Kloopify. It's an all-in-one kind of sustainable procurement platform where you can assess your suppliers, you can drive decarbonization, you can manage your supplier engagement, all while leveraging AI in a way that doesn't think of it as some sort of silver bullet, but really understands the problem thoroughly and is applying that technology to solve those so that you can drive cost savings, reduce your risk. We always say at Kloopify, there's kind of three big things that we do. We're going to keep you off the Wall Street Journal for all the wrong reasons, right? We're going to enable you to be compliant with these regulatory frameworks, REACH, RoHS, CBAM. It's an alphabet soup of things, and guess what? The majority of your data you need to get from your supply base. And third, but certainly not least, during the wonderful, let's say, pandemic, 98% of all S&P 500 companies made these very aggressive, net neutral, reduce my carbon footprint. But similar to you are what you eat, for a company, you are what you buy, and where we had little visibility. So we drive you through that entire decarbonization journey, giving you visibility into your supply chain. And listen, we've gotten some really exciting product market fit and traction with some of our early adopters, as well as some of our largest enterprise clients in the pharma space. We have 100% retention through all of our clients. We have 500% ACV growth since the start of launching Kloopify. And when we've gone head to head against the incumbents in the space, our technology and our platform wins, right? And that's why even in 2025, the beginning of 2025, we saw 144% growth in our total contract value. These numbers speak for themselves, which is why we're so confident in our product market fit and now are focused on scaling. We just brought on our first kind of executive leader, and we've committed to doing 1,500 supplier assessments. If we convert only 1%, a conservative 1% of those 1,500 suppliers into clients, that is $1.2 million of annual recurring revenue, in addition to what we're doing with our direct sales. And man, oh man, do we have an exciting pipeline. Our top of funnel is filling through direct sales, through our executive leadership, or through our executive sales leader. But we also partnered with the largest the largest association of procurement professionals, the Institute of Supply Management. We've got a fast-moving bottom funnel, active pilots. We've got about 300,000 of annual recurring revenue, and our contract size is about 144,000. We've got a unique procurement-focused approach, which is giving us market industry coverage. And this industry is a huge market, $1.6 billion, growing 20% annually, which is a really exciting opportunity for us. Now, I'm not going to bore you into all the specifics, but we've got subscription and scalable with compound growth as we monetize our supply base. Which is why when we just launched with our largest organization, they said, man, I asked for a Pinto, but Kloopify gave me a Ferrari. Didn't think I could blush from a compliment on our tech, but I definitely did. We've got a dream team to support that, multi-exited CTO, CSO that has launched organizations with over 300% business growth. So we are really the dream team to make this come to life. We're raising a $3 million seed round, but the bigger question is, are you ready to make history together? Thank you so much.
Just to start out, how do you actually validate the data from the supply chain such that they're firm enough that they could be used for regulatory findings or carbon credits or other things along those lines?
So there's a variety of ways that we do that. One, instead of sending suppliers blank questionnaires, we pre-populate the questionnaire based off of publicly available information. We do a quality assurance test based off of what they said, as well as what the market kind of industry data points are. And we ask for supplementary evidence. So third-party validated, like audited, validated information that gets tied back to the data that's shared. So there's always a data flow, and there's one centralized place where you can manage all of your evidence to be able to share it with your environmental health and safety team, have confidence to comply with those regulations.
Are you working with consultants who sell into these companies?
Yeah, so we've got one of our first early consultants that partnered with us is a company called Kearney. I worked with Kearney whenever I was at DuPont. They managed the Dow-DuPont merger, and so grew a great relationship with them. And now we're one of their strategic partners. So we're part of their ecosystem. They're bringing us into deals, as well as associations are bringing us into deals as well. So we've got a kind of multi-pronged market approach.
Is there an industry that you're choosing to focus on initially?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of buying signals from the pharma space as they are a reputational industry, especially if you have something going on in your supply chain. They're the first ones to get affected, so they really need that visibility into their supply chain, as well as manufacturing organizations, where up to 80% of a company's footprint comes from their supply chain. And so they're very desperate to get that visibility and to digitize their procurement processes, supplier engagement enablement processes. Thank you.